out, don't drop it or lose it. You don't get another one, you can head that way towards the door. They should be starting a minute ago. If you have this form, it doesn't matter what your last name is. Come on over here.
Well, I didn't think I was in the book, but my husband said I am,
She might have registered
She'll know. She will know when it's the right time.
somewhere.
No?
Those things were there a long time. They have their plan. Electric hours, electric motorcycles. I would do it. I remember taking I keep my life cruiser in the 13 miles to get them. But super all the way down. Good. You cannot drive from Arizona to Montana. East to west you can drive, but basically from Arizona, New Mexico through that stretch, it's too barren. It costs too much money to run. But along
Test, test. If I could have your attention, please. We're going to be a few more minutes. We've got about 10 people still registering out there. The doors have been locked, but we're just getting them through the process, and as soon as they get in, we will start the program. I apologize for the delay, but we've just got a really good crowd tonight, and it just takes time for same-day registrations, and that is what we're trying to accomplish. We want everyone here to have that opportunity to get in here. So appreciate your patience, and we'll be back with you shortly.
Bother you here?
There's spots in front of you.
Oh, this is 200. Your secretary showed up. Oh, he did. He did. He was the guy who signed the room. Here we go. So we try back to first place.
Good evening. Everybody here okay? All right, we're going to get this thing going here. I apologize, but we want everyone that comes to have that opportunity to get in here. And everyone is in the gym, and we are ready to start. My name is Gary Nystrom. I'm chairman of the Boone County Republican Committee. I'm also a member of the State Central Committee of the Republican Party of Iowa. I welcome you. This is a very important evening. We have a lot of business to take care of, and we're going to get right to it. First thing I ask is that you silence your cell phones or your watches, please. At this time, I ask that there be a moment of silence in remembrance of the student and the principal who lost their lives, and for all the others affected in the horrific school shooting in our neighboring community of Perry, Iowa. A moment of silence, please. Thank you. Would all veterans, members of the military, law enforcement officers, and first responders please stand? Let's give these folks a great hand. Thank you for your service, both past and present. We wouldn't be where we are today without all of your dedication and work. This time I ask everyone to stand and remain standing for our Pledge of Allegiance, invocation, and the singing of our national anthem. Sheriff Andy Godzicki will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Thank you, Sheriff. Reverend Michael Sandfest is currently serving as a pastor at St. Paul's Lutheran Church in rural Boone and is assisting at Trinity Lutheran Church and School in Boone. He will now offer the invocation. Reverend Sandfest.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, amen. Lord God, Heavenly Father, we thank you for all of the blessings and freedoms of living in this great country. Bless and keep all of us in this nation under your care. Bless and protect the leaders of our country and all those who make, administer, and judge our laws, that they would have the wisdom and strength to lead us with integrity, that they may live in peace with one another and with all the other nations of the earth. Defeat the plans and purposes of all those who would stir up violence, hatred, strife, both here and abroad. Especially look with favor upon those recovering from the recent attack in Perry. Stretch forth your almighty arm to bless, strengthen, and protect those who serve in the armed forces of our country. Support them during these tumultuous times. Keep them safe from all evil. Give them courage, strength, and loyalty to serve with honor. And grant us your wisdom this evening as we begin the process to choose leaders, that they would be trustworthy, govern with integrity, and make wise decisions in the best interests of our country to preserve our freedoms and to keep us safe from harm and danger. And grant that when our gathering and business this evening is concluded, they would have safe travels home through Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen.
Thank you, sir. Leading us this evening in the national anthem is Dan Springler. Dan's a longtime Boone resident. Dan?
I want you to all, I'll start us, and everybody, let's just let it ring, okay? Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
You may be seated. I was impressed how many good voices we have in this group. Give yourself another hand. That was great. I'm telling you, it's a great thing. I want to go through a few housekeeping notes first, please. Restrooms, as if you didn't know, there's 2 restrooms located just outside this door to my left. When exiting the caucus, please leave through these two sets of doors. Do not use the doors to the south end. Use these two doors, and then you may exit any other doors in this facility to get to the parking lot. There's tables out here that have petitions on them. Hopefully you've had a chance to see them. There's various petitions from federal offices to state offices to county offices. So please take time, if you have not, and sign the petitions for the candidates that are running. When you entered the gym tonight, hopefully you stopped by the $1 for a Scholar table. This was manned by a couple high school juniors. One of them, Warren Nystrom, the other one, Ava Chestnut. I don't know if they're in here now, but let's give them a hand. They volunteered to come and do that. Thank you, ladies. The money from the donation bucket will be used to fund each of the 3 $500 scholarships that the Boone County Republicans give to a high school senior from Ogden, Madrid, and Boone. If you missed this on the way in tonight, please stop by on your way out this evening. All donations are appreciated and will be used directly for those scholarships. I'd like to introduce a lady at this time, Eileen Westrom. Eileen, where are you at? Eileen Westrom is the Caucus to Convention Committee chairperson for the Boone County Republicans. Eileen and her committee have been working on this diligently, planning everything in this event for well over a year. And the reason it's a well-oiled machine is because Eileen rules with a steel fist. Trust me, I know I got a couple marks. No, she does a very good job. And Eileen, I would like for you to introduce your committee, if you would.
Well, you can't do this alone because it's a lot of work. Tammy Martinique is on the committee. She is managing the Madrid the section of the caucus, and Rich Gustafson is doing Ogden. And the other people that are on the committee were Jim Powell, Deanna Hyatt, Barbara Vard, and Dave McDaniel. And besides them, there were probably 45 volunteers just tonight to keep all of this going. So thanks for all your patience, and come back in 2 years.
Thanks so much, Eileen, and thanks to the committee for all the hours and the hard work. And as you can see, people are reaping the benefits. We have a great crowd tonight. Who says Iowans don't come out in cold weather? Huh? That sun came out today and people just flocked outside. I couldn't believe it. Yes, I can, because I've been an Iowan all my life. I also would like to thank the folks at Des Moines Area Community College. They have been a great host for us here. They've worked with us for a month now, making sure that things are going to be done properly, and worked with us, and they're a great asset. And speaking of assets, the people of Boone and the people of Boone County really need to understand how much of an educational entity they are and how big an asset they truly are to everyone in this area. And I'd like you to give them a big round of applause, please. I'm sure you haven't missed it yet. We have a fair amount of media here tonight, and I'm proud to say they are very good to work with. We have a couple different camera companies here. We have some other people just doing some recording. So if they want to talk to you, please oblige, and if you don't want to, that's fine too. You're not going to hurt their feelings. But we appreciate their hard work and telling the people, not just of the United States, but of the world, of what goes on at the First in the Nation Iowa Caucus. And people, thank you very much for being here, and thank you for making us feel as good as what we do here. I want to thank you again for coming tonight, everyone, to brave the cold to participate in the First in the Nation Iowa Republican Caucus. It shows the importance of this caucus and how we Iowa Republicans feel. Being the First in the Nation Caucus, Iowans gather to meet majority of the presidential candidates. They've met here in Iowa. A lot of them have. We've talked to them. We've asked them questions. We've learned firsthand what they're all about. We look them in the eyes and really scrutinize everything, and thereby choosing which one you would want to be the President of the United States. Because we're the first of the nation, thousands of people come to our state. It isn't just the Iowans that reap the benefits. All our surrounding states come over here because they don't get these candidates coming to their states, but we do, and we're proud of it. Communities, both large and small, reap the benefits and are able to talk to these candidates. It's very, very important. And here in Boone, I can say that 80 to 90% of the candidates, whether they are still running or whether they've already dropped out, have came to Boone. And we may have meetings anywhere from 10 to 12 people, or we may have 100 to 150 people. It doesn't matter. And all the people are so pleased. The campaigns are so pleased when they leave. They've come up to me every time and said, we sure appreciate how you Iowa people treat us when we're here. And you know, that's really important, and that says a lot about the people from Iowa. And that kind of leads back to this term that most of us talk about, and it's called Iowa Nice. And I think we need to all give ourselves a hands for that, because we're known for it, and we need to keep that up. Be very proud of it. There is no better way to showcase our state than to have this first in the nation. And I know a lot of people from the grassroots level to the state level to even some of our national people work very hard for us to try to keep this first in the nation. So if you ever hear somebody saying, I don't know if it's really worth it or not, please stand up and tell them how important it is and what it means to every one of us. Tonight, you also will have the opportunity to become a part of the local Boone County Republican Central Committee. Voting for these positions will take place in the various precincts that you're sitting in. Being able to understand and offer suggestions to the platform of Boone County Republicans also takes place at your precinct. I think it's really important to stress what it means for individuals to get involved in local elections, such as city councils, mayor races, school boards, county supervisors, and other county offices. If running for an elected office is not your bag, I understand that, but there are lots of committees and commissions and boards that one can serve on. And I will tell you from firsthand experience, there's a tremendous amount of satisfaction serving on things like that, because you can offer your input, and sometimes they listen, sometimes they don't, but you understand the process and you understand why things are done. Oftentimes you hear people complaining, well, I don't understand why this is going on in the city, or I don't understand why this is going on in the county. But we really all need to pitch in. It's our town, it's our state, it's our county. We need to become involved. And everybody has good ideas, and I'm telling you what, the satisfaction you'll get from it, I can't describe it. It really does make you feel good. And talking about feeling good, when I see people like this from every walk of life that comes here, and people I haven't seen for years and people that I see every day, it just makes me feel good, and to know that people really care, and that you're proving that here tonight. Last but not least, tonight you join with your fellow Republicans, neighbors, friends to exercise your right to caucus. Enjoy. Be proud. You're participating in a historic event, and most of all, proud you are an Iowan, and we live in the best state in the nation. At this time, we will hear some of the presidential campaigns. Each representative will be given a maximum of 5 minutes. We ask that you please treat each with respect and show what Iowa Nice is all about. The order of the candidates, or the speakers, are alphabetical. We didn't do anything special. That's the way it's printed on the ballots. So the first speaker will be Dave Hageman, representing Ryan Binkley campaign. Dave?
Thank you so much. Yeah. Thank you so much, Gary. My name is Dave Hageman. I live in St. Louis, Missouri now, but I'm from Keokuk, Iowa. I have 4 children, and I'm here tonight for them. I named my oldest Reagan, so you can tell what kind of Republican that I am. And I have to tell you that I've spent the last 18 months traveling all over the country, and really the last 10 months traveling all over Iowa with Ryan Binkley, and I'm so proud to represent him tonight. When I was a senior in college, I got out to Washington, D.C. on September 1st, 2001. 10 days later, I was evacuated from the Cannon building on 9/11. Now, I'm from a small town, Keokuk, Iowa, hadn't really been to a lot of big cities, and it was a crazy thing. And that's when I decided that elections matter, and who we support matters. And that's why I'm so excited to be supporting Ryan Binkley. I have to tell you, there's an elephant in the room, though. Republicans act just like Democrats. In 2001, when I was evacuated, we were $3 trillion in debt. Today, we're $34 trillion in debt. And don't think for 1 second it's just Democrats. It's Republicans. It's people buying votes today and mortgaging your children's future. We need somebody that has a background that can solve this. Ryan Binkley is not only a pastor, but is a CEO of an investment banker. He's an economist. He has actually put out a plan on how to balance the budget, how we can make our first principal payment. Now, trust me, it's going to take a while. It's a 7-year plan before we take the first one, and that's because we're spending 20% more money than we bring in every year, and we continue to do it whether it's Republican or Democrat administrations. Ryan Binkley wrote this letter, and he put it in the Des Moines Register this past weekend, and I wanted to read it to you. The number one question I receive on the campaign trail is, Ryan, why are you still in this race when so many others have left? My answer is that our nation is on fire. It's on fire economically, spiritually, and culturally. If you have a loved one in a building that is burning and you have a small percentage chance of rescuing them, wouldn't you go in the building? Of course you would. That's why I'm still in this race. The next question I often receive, is it possible for you to win? Well, God has been doing the impossible forever. Anybody here believe that? Let's go. Gideon, Moses, and David all show that the impossible is God's specialty. If we want something different, we need to vote for someone different. Despite the polls and the pundits, I know people want change. I know we want a leader who will restore our faith in God, freedom, and each other. That is why I'm running for president. But there's another elephant in the room tonight. And that elephant is, why haven't you guys seen Ryan on Fox News and all these other shows? He has 82,000 donors. When Mike Huckabee won the caucus in 2008, he had less than 8,000. Ryan Binkley, despite some of the reports, was the first candidate to hit all 99 counties. He has been in Iowa. He's lived here. He brought his truck here. He's met you in coffee shops and places, and yet we still can't get media attention. I'm asking you tonight, we think we know how this thing's probably going to fall out in order, right? But I talked to multiple of you tonight who said Ryan has the best message and the plan for our country. And I'm asking you, before you vote, look again. Take 10 or 15 seconds and say a quick prayer. And if you want to put a pastor in the White House who will turn this country around, please join me in supporting Ryan Binkley. Thank you for your time tonight.
Thank you, Dave. Our next presidential candidate will be, speaker will be Senator Jesse Green. Jesse represents District 24 here in Iowa. Jesse?
Thank you guys so much. This is so awesome to see so many people brave the elements. And what is it that brought every one of us here tonight? I think part of it is, a lot of it is gratitude. We love being Iowans. We love being Americans. And we want to give back to what has brought us so much joy. That's one thing that brought you here tonight. The other thing is concern. Concern for where our country is going. And so the nation is looking to us tonight. They're looking to you as to which direction we should go. And so I'm here tonight to speak to you about Governor Ron DeSantis. I was proud to be the first legislator to endorse him. But prior to the last election cycle, when he won Florida by 20 points, I was a little bit on the fence. It's like, you know, like we have come long ways from, you know, Trump did a lot of good things, so why should I leave that camp? But then Governor Ron DeSantis won by 20 points. That's a game changer right there. And then I started paying a little bit closer attention to something's changed with Trump's message. In 2016, Trump's message was about your issues. And then since 2020, I've been hearing a lot of excuses, and it's a lot about his issues. And that is concerning to me. Real leaders do not give excuses. They lead. They deliver. You know, there's a lot of things that he did do right, and I'm grateful for that. But he did promise a wall, and that wall didn't get built. And then he blamed rhinos in the Congress for it. He said he was going to be a fiscal conservative, and he spent more in 4 years than Obama did in 8. But he just blames others. Well, we have a leader here in Iowa who won our election by 20 points because Iowans trust her to lead. We have been responsible in Iowa. But for Governor DeSantis to win Florida by 20 points in a historic landslide victory, we cannot just shrug that to the side. We have a once-in-a-lifetime candidate with him. I have been so proud to travel the state with him. He is an honorable man. He is the only military veteran to be running for office this cycle. He is a humble public servant. He has earned my trust. And fellow Republicans, I hope you will trust him as well. He is the leader we need. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jesse. Our next presidential candidate that will be spoken about is Nikki Haley, and we have U.S. Congressman Ralph Norman from South Carolina. Ralph and George Eckstein, one of our local guys, would like to come up here at the same time, please.
Thank you, Gary. Thank you so much. I want to thank all of you for coming. You know, you could be anywhere. You could be at home. The fact that you're here is special. And you come really for two reasons, I would suspect. One, you're concerned for the country, as I am. Second, you love America, and you want to do something about it. I'm Ralph Norman. I serve the 5th District in South Carolina. I was elected in 2017. I am not a career politician. I'm a businessman. And I was thinking about what I could say about Nikki Haley that really no one else could say. One, I'm the only person that has served with her. She and I came in 2005. She had the courage to beat a 30-year incumbent. When she got into the State House of Representatives, what did she do? She took on the establishment. She made them vote on the record. Politicians are good at hiding their record. She made them vote on it. When she decided to run for governor, what did she do? No one knew her. They laughed at her. Nikki who? Well, she won by 65% of the vote. How did Nikki do as governor? She cut taxes. She was, with recruiting business, the beast of the East. She was sued by the Obama administration. She is a true conservative. That's why they elected her twice. And folks, there is no more conservative than Nikki Haley. I'm one of the top 3 or 5 conservatives that serve in the House of Representatives today. I would not support anybody if I did not sincerely believe that. Now, let me tell you, give you, if you're undecided, let me give you some reasons why I would ask you to consider Nikki. One, we do not need somebody that has only got 4 years of service. That's all Donald Trump can do. 4 years. And it's like putting a football team on the field that could play till halftime. Folks, this country is in too much trouble to do that. 80 years old? I'm sorry. Commercial pilots have to retire at 65. We've got to have term limits when we get to Congress. When Nikki gets president, we're going to do that. Now, what makes her unique? She served at the United Nations No other candidate can say that. And the job that she did. Secondly, she is the only candidate that can beat Joe Biden by 17 points. The only candidate. And on top of all of that, y'all have watched the debates. You've seen her up there with the 5, then lastly with DeSantis. She has got that it factor to get elected. People like her. I've seen her at her high. I've seen her at her low. This is what she does. She smiles. She's a Margaret Thatcher, iron fist and a velvet glove. She will save this country. Her vision, her courage, her ability to act is second to none. There's no other politician that I know on the stage today that's got the it factor as a Ronald Reagan, and she knows how to use it. Folks, Iowa is first in the country. You can send a message to the rest of the states as she goes around, and I will tell you, she will not disappoint you. There is nobody that you would want to put out there, as you've seen, to recruit other candidates. I can't do it by myself. I'm one to 435. And check my record out if you doubt my record. But we need other people. She will recruit day one when she gets in office. So thank you for your consideration. George, I think you've got some words.
I second that. I'm George Eckstein, and I've lived in this community for 83 years. My grandparents were immigrants. My mother carried a little basket with all the food that they had, and they came from Sweden. She was 7 years old. Immigration is a problem. It's not Joe Biden's problem. It's not Donald Trump's problem. It's our problem. It's been that way for 30 or 40 years, and nobody's fixed it. I do think there's a good chance that at least Nikki Haley can give it a hell of a good shot. First of all, I say I'm 83. Joe Biden's 81. If Donald Trump is reelected, he'll be 82 while he's serving. No more old guys. Voters can change America back. What is the normal? Everybody asks, what's the normal anymore? Well, I want you to think of your candidate, and then I want you to think of my candidate side by side right now, and I'm going to read words to you, and you tell me who it fits. Respect. Steady. Smart. Kind. Who could you be proud of? Be bold, be brave, vote for Nikki Haley. Thank you.
Thanks, Ralph. Thanks, George. At this time, we will have a part of the campaign for Vivek. Let's see, Patrick Shaw. Patrick, I know you were here. Okay, well then we will move on to our last campaign, and that's for Donald Trump. We have U.S. Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene from Georgia. Marjorie?
Hi, everybody. Hi, I'm so excited to be here, all the way from Georgia. Very honored to represent a wonderful district, and I have to tell you, it feels really good to me to be here with you all, because you are just like the folks I represent at home, and you feel like friends and family. So this is easy for me. I'm here to ask you to vote for my favorite president, our former president of the United States, Donald J. Trump. I don't have to attack the other candidates. I don't have to, because President Trump has a 4-year record that we all know. We know President Trump. We trust President Trump. President Trump gave America the best 4 years we've had in probably the United States history. I have to tell you, let's talk about the economy we had under President Trump. I know it was only a few years ago, but under President Trump, Americans could afford food. Americans could afford rent. Americans could afford gas. And you know what? We also had low interest rates. Remember that? But Bidenflation has driven interest rates, and it's driven it to a point where inflation is hurting so many Americans. The rich have gotten richer, the middle class is going away, and the poor getting poorer. President Trump will bring back America's economy. He will fight for America First jobs, and he will restore America's economy exactly the way it needs to be. And I have to tell you, I'm a small business owner. I came from the construction industry, and that really means something to me. And that's why I relate to President Trump, because he comes from the same industry. We need President Trump. He's a successful businessman that looks at the federal government the exact same way we should be looking at it. We need to run the government like a business, not like a failing corporation that's going bankrupt. President Trump also gave us world peace, and that is something that should mean so much to all of us, and it does. Under President Trump, the little dictator from North Korea stopped firing off rockets. Remember that? Remember when President Trump walked across the DMZ line with his hand extended to shake hands with Kim Jong-un? All of America watched, and the entire world watched in astonishment at his bravery and courage. Under President Trump, we ended Middle Eastern wars, and he defeated ISIS. That's something we should all be proud of. Under President Trump, we had the Abraham Accords, and we watched in awe, and I know we are so proud that the U.S. Embassy was moved to Jerusalem. That happened under President Trump. Under President Trump, there would be no war in Ukraine. And that's something that means something to me, because I've never voted for a penny to go there. There should be peace in Ukraine. Under President Trump, there were only 2 genders. Remember that? Male and female. And we didn't have men trying to beat women in women's sports. And we need to restore those values. We need to be able to stand up for kids. Kids should never be brainwashed. And under President Trump, he would sign my bill into law, the Protect Children's Innocence Act, to stop children from genital mutilation surgeries and brainwashing children that they can change their gender. That should never happen in America. And this is something President Trump wants to fight for. And we gotta kick the boys out of women's sports. And President Trump will stand up and do that. Lastly, and most importantly, under President Trump, we had a strong, secure border. I serve on the Homeland Security Committee, and I have to tell you, what we've seen happen to our country under Joe Biden should never happen. Over 10 million illegal aliens have come into this country. 1.8 million gotaways. These are people we don't even know who they are, where they're from, and where they're going. But they're in our country, and you can bet many of them are terrorists that would like to attack our country here, just like Israel was attacked by the Hamas terrorists over there. We have to fight for a secure border, and President Trump will do that, and he will start mass deportations on day 1. And I can't wait to see it happen. So Iowa, it's my honor to be here with you guys in the most cold temperatures, and I'm from Georgia. I don't like that very much, but I'm thrilled to be here with you, and I am so impressed that no, Iowans do not stay home. So I'm going to ask you all to vote for President Trump, put my favorite president back in the White House, and help us defeat the communist Democrats. Thank you so much, Iowa.
Thanks again, Marjorie. We are going to now get into the local and state candidates. But before we do, I think we should give the reps that just spoke another applause. Some of them came some great distances. We're fortunate enough to have our local senator be one of them. Thank you very much to all of you for your speeches and your support of your candidates. Speaking of our local senator, Jesse Green. Jesse Green is running for a re-election bid for District 24, the Iowa State Senate. Jesse, you want to come up and say a few words?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's been an honor of a lifetime to be your voice at the Capitol. I could not pick a better time to serve than right now in Iowa history. This is the largest Republican majority since 1972. And it is factually the case that we are the most conservative legislature in Iowa history, and I am honored to be a part of that. Since getting into office, it feels like we've taken out the platform and we have just checked off the list, just gone up and down that list. And serving under a rock star governor like Governor Reynolds is just amazing in itself. There's been times where Republicans sometimes don't agree on a couple things, then she walks in the room and says, this is the way it's going to be. It's like, okay, that's what we're going to do. She's made me a lot better leader. I've learned so much in the last term. But when I go around the country, it's been a lot of fun to meet legislators from around the country, and they're like, where do you serve? You know, it's like, well, I serve in Iowa. And they're like, oh, you guys have it going on. We're always looking at your election integrity bills or your school choice bill and things like that. And I just smile. I'm just so proud. So I hope you've seen that I've given 110%. I've not been shy. I've been bold since I've been down there. I'm the youngest Republican senator that's down there, and that's I hope I bring a lot of energy to the table. And I still got a lot of gas in the tank, and I would be honored to have your support for another term, and thank you so much.
Thank you, Senator Green. You talk about gas in the tank. I don't think you've burned hardly any yet, and you look at what you've got accomplished. We can be very proud of how he represents our area. Thank you, Jesse, for what you do. We appreciate it very, very much. Our next candidate is Chad Bain. Chad Bain is running for the Iowa State Representative District 48. Our existing person in that seat is not going to run next year, Phil Thompson. So Chad has determined that he would like to have that position, and he's taken his papers out, and a lot of you have signed his petitions out here. Chad, you want to come up? There you are. Okay.
Appreciate it. Again, my name's Chad Bain. I'm running for Iowa House 48, primarily Boone County with a little slice of Story in there. I was elected supervisor in 2016, four-year term, and I'm excited to get back to it. As supervisor, you get a special understanding of local and state control. I'm a big proponent of local control, and so to take that down to the state, I think will be a good understanding. We need candidates to defend truth. It's been spoken upon tonight, but there are two genders, and we need to stay firm on that. I've seen a lot of candidates waffle on what would be basic truth. So make sure your candidates are vigilant. Make sure we stay firm on it. You get emotionally compromised. They come at every different angle, and this is not one to mess around with. School choice rollout. Jesse, glad we're lucky as the state of Iowa to have school choice. We need to get this right. We're early in the nation. It'll be better for all schools, public, private, administration, teachers, and students. We need to stay ahead. The nation is watching. Finally, the corporate tax structure. In Iowa, it's set a little arbitrarily high, and then we use incentives to pass out to businesses. We need a level playing field so that all businesses are attracted to the tax climate in Iowa. So that'll be a big deal. With that, I want to give you thanks for all coming out tonight. Again, my name's Chad Bain, and I would appreciate your vote.
Thank you, Gary. You got it. Really appreciate it. Thank you. Thanks, Chad, and best of luck to you. Our next speaker will be our Boone County Auditor, Diane Patrick, and she's going for a re-election bid. Diane?
Hi. First, I'd like to say thanks for your support 4 years ago. Being your county auditor has been an exciting undertaking. I appreciate the opportunity that I've had to be in this role. I have an amazing team that works in my office, and I'm fortunate to work with some really great people. The courthouse is controlled by Republicans at the moment, and it's been really fun to be a part of that. We have some really great team efforts going, and we're making some good progress. We love to solve problems that we have in front of us and to strive together to run the county government in an efficient and effective way. And that's all facing challenges that are thrown at us every day that we didn't see coming, but that comes with our jobs, and we're proud to do that for you all. One important thing I wanted to bring, and I didn't put this in my notes, but I know there's a lot of questions about elections, and that is where my heart's at in my office. It's one of my biggest roles that I see. So if you ever have any questions or doubts or just would like to know how it works in Boone County, please reach out. There's a ton of my election workers here today, and I love seeing all of you out and being part of this process too. But if somebody is not in that role and you would like to, hit me up, because we are always looking for election workers, so please do that. But I'm excited to run again, and I hope to continue to build on the knowledge and skills that I've learned. And I hope that I will have your support and your vote in the primary and the general election this year. Thank you.
Thanks, Diane. I got to add something. And Diane, she'll speak anytime I ask her, but I don't think, she doesn't think she does a good job, but I think she does a great job. And I'll tell you what, in that auditor's position, she doesn't just talk the talk, she walks the walk. And that's darn important when it comes to elections. Thanks, Diane. Appreciate that very much. Our next guy probably doesn't need any introduction, but it gives me great pleasure to introduce our Boone County Sheriff, Andy Godzicki.
Good evening, fellow Republicans of Boone County. I stand before you today as the first Republican sheriff in our county since 1988. It's an honor to serve you and our community. I want to take a moment to recognize the incredible team that stands beside me. With 13 dedicated deputies, 12 jail staff, 2 civil administrators, 1 civil jail administrator, IT and maintenance staff, and our partners at the Boone County Communications Center, we are working tirelessly to keep our community safe. Together, we are committed to upholding the law and ensuring the well-being of our citizens. One of our key achievements has been our ability to operate within a budget. We understand the importance of fiscal responsibility and have made it a priority to serve efficiently while staying within our means. By doing so, we can allocate resources effectively and provide the highest level of service to our community. Maintaining a balanced budget allows us to invest in the necessary equipment, training, and technologies that our deputies need to carry out their duties effectively. It ensures that we can respond swiftly to emergencies, investigate crimes, and keep our neighborhoods secure. But it's not just about the numbers. It's about the people we serve. Every decision we make is guided by our commitment to the well-being and safety of our citizens. We strive to build strong relationships within the community, fostering trust and open communication. As your sheriff, I am dedicated to working collaboratively with all other law enforcement agencies, community leaders, and citizens to address the challenges we face. Together, we can make Boone County an even safer place to live, work, and to raise our families. In conclusion, I am proud to be your Republican sheriff, leading a team of dedicated professionals who are committed to serving you. With responsible budget management, efficient operations, and focus on community engagement, we will continue to make a positive impact in Boone County. Thank you for your support, and let's work together to build a stronger and safer future for our county. God bless you all.
Thank you, Andy. Is Tracy Anderson here this evening? He was going to try and come. Well, come on down here. Tracy Anderson is a Boone businessman, and he also is going to be running for 3rd Ward Council seat for Boone City Council. So Tracy's going to tell you a little bit about himself. Tracy?
Thanks, Gary. My name is Tracy Anderson. I've lived in Boone all my life. I've got a total of 37 years in business here in town. I support local businesses. I have a wife and a kid, senior in high school this year. A couple things I want to do by joining the city council is working with the other council members and getting things resolved instead of fighting. It's much easier to get along and get things worked out than arguing and stuff. I did recently run for mayor and got defeated by a small margin. A couple things that I wanted to work on were street, road repair, no rec center. Let's not get involved with private business. Let them operate it themselves. Let's not be a city that's supporting a rec center. Again, I'm running for Precinct 3 City Council seat, and I'd appreciate your vote. Thank you.
Thank you, Tracy. Another person I'd like to introduce. If you notice, we have people in uniform. Of course, you see our sheriff, but I'd like to introduce a policeman that's here, that is out here, and I've seen him. He's been in Boone for some time. I think he's a Boone native originally. Officer Sherrard, would you step out, please? Thank you so much for your service. Thanks for coming out here tonight. Appreciate it very much. Okay. This concludes my portion of the caucus. You probably say, thank God, right? But no, it's very important things that we had to talk about, that we needed to talk about. And it just makes me feel so good to see everyone here, and people are excited and they respect one another. That's key. I'm going to turn the caucus proceedings now over to the caucus chairman and secretaries. And I know you see them sitting there, but I'd like for all 7 caucus chairs and secretaries to stand, and I think we need to give them a big round of applause. There's a lot of work involved in what they're going to do. Thanks to each and every one of you. Appreciate it very, very much. Without your time and your talents, caucuses could not be possible. And as Eileen said, it takes probably close to 40 or 50 people, and they're part of the group. So thank you so much. They will give you your instructions now, and it'll be a little loud, so you may have to talk loud. They'll try to converse with you back and forth. They're going to explain what's going to happen first, and then, of course, then the presidential ballot will be cast. I'll explain that just a little bit so everybody understands. the first thing these people have to do is they have to get elected as a permanent chair and a permanent secretary. That's the number one thing. And then they will go through the process of things that are going to happen. Then it'll be the presidential ballot. Then it'll be a ballot for the for the county central committee, a ballot for the county convention, and then discussions on the platform. So I will come back to the microphone once we have the numbers for this group here. I don't know what time the numbers for the state will be in. I've been asked that. I can't tell you that, but I hopefully we'll have our numbers totaled, you know, in 45 minutes or so after we do the election. So, and there will be two, just so everyone understands, once the ballots are cast, they'll go in a bag. There will be 2 counters from each precinct. Those 2 counters will go in the room with all the other 6 precincts, so there'll be 7 precincts, and they will be counting them. They will count them twice. There will be observers there, so there should be no questioning about anything. So once again, thank you very much, and I'll talk to you later.
Boom 2, you're in the wrong spot. So what we're gonna do, oh, can you guys, yeah, sorry. So welcome to the 2nd precinct. My name's Peter Frangos, and I've been appointed by the Boone County Republican Central Committee. Oh my God. My name is, huh? That's fine. So my name is Pete Frangos. I am the temporary chair for the Boone County Precinct 2. So one of the first orders of business is to elect a permanent chair and a permanent secretary. And right now, Kathy Nystrom is also the temporary secretary for 2nd Precinct. So what I'm going to do first, before I get started with that, is I'm going to pass around this. It's called the Lincoln bag, and basically so they're always needing donations and to support various activities and candidates. And just so you know, all the money stays in Boone County. So if you donate more than $25, you do have to put your name, address, and amount on the back of the bag. Now, if it fills up, which I hope it will, we'll have a yellow notebook pad paper here. You can come down and write your name and address and the amount that you've donated, and you can put your donation in this bag. So I'm going to start this down on this end, and if you could just go down here to Boone 2 and then go up, eventually it'll get up over there. So let's fill it up. Okay, this caucus will now come to order. So the first order of business, I'm going to turn it over to the temporary secretary. I put my name in to be sorry about that. I'm putting my name in to be the permanent chair. But Kathy, our temp secretary, will take the vote. So.
Is there anyone else that would like to be the chairman? Any additional? If not, Pete will be our permanent chair. Nobody else?
Okay.
All in favor of Pete? Aye. Nays? Okay, Pete.
Okay, so as the permanent chair, we need to elect the temporary or the permanent secretary. And I've nominated Kathy Nystrom to be the permanent secretary. Is there any other nominations for permanent secretary? Anybody else want to do it? Okay, just raise your hands because otherwise it's going to get really loud in here. All those in favor? Okay, so Kathy is the permanent secretary. We're good with that. Thanks, Bill. Let's see, where are we at here? Oh, the presidential ballots, we can do that, right?
Yep, I think so.
So what we're going to do now is everybody has a ballot. We're going to pass that forward. Everybody has a ballot, so please fill that out. And what I was going to have everybody do is fill out their ballot and then pass it this way, and then Maura, we got a, yep, this is for the president. Maura's going to pick those up and bring them down here, and there's going to be 2 people that will take them and go count them. So something to remember, if you guys want to stay here after the presidential election poll, straw poll, if you guys want to stay here to find out the results and to elect the candidates for what is it, the committee, so we need Central Committee members and Boone County delegates to county convention and alternates. If you guys are not interested in sticking around for that, you guys are welcome to take off after you vote. That's for donations, so you have the option of taking off, or you can stick around for the results and candidates for delegates for the county convention.
Sure. All right on top. Kevin, we're taking them, so stick around. Did I get everybody's? Are we good?
No, I got to count. But he can wait if he wants to. And you want to ride home with me? Wait a minute.
I got 2 women to do it, but 2 sister-in-laws. One's writing down one thing, the other one's coming over to meetings. Yeah. See ya. Congratulations.
Sorry. That's What's that?
Can you get a count? To help spread you out.
Let's put those.
You're going to start separating them?
Yeah. I just find it sometimes it's easier to do it with the first time.
You've done it before, so I'll take your opinions.
I don't know.
Yep. So we're sorting by candidates first. Okay. And then count. And then we'll count a second time.
Great. Thank you. Pile up by candidate first.
Candidate first.
And then count it twice. Throw that out.
I mean, if we have a double vote, we go that ballot. Yeah. Mark, you need me? Yeah, come on in, man. He's got it.
Take it on.
I don't know about you, but I'm going to sleep well tonight. I'm so tired.
Oh boy.
I'm glad I didn't get to speak because I had my other way. I thought we could move around and stand at a podium. I can't stand there and talk. It doesn't appeal to me.
DeSantis is 9.
Cool. I'm just going to unfold them and you start stacking. Oh, here. I'll unfold. And you pile.
Okay, go back.
You think we're quick enough on this?
Okay. And last okay, we'll start with the top down again.
One more.
Ryan Binkley. You got one.
Ryan Binkley's here. Okay, Binkley. Okay. Use that pen there. So 2 votes. How many votes do you think? 1, 2, 3 votes.
Leave the file here.
Yeah, Chris Christie, there wasn't any, right? He was out. Okay, DeSantis. He's DeSantis.
It was on the table.
Don't write 23.
No, I know, you gotta kind of.
You count them. 2 eyes, and you double check. You know what name is. I'm just counting. I might have missed one. I have 23 on those.
29.
Nikki Hank.
This is Nikki Haley. I think I had some over here too.
Everything's good?
We're done. We're just waiting for our work. Well, they were internet. Good job.
How are you? That's the one that was stolen. Yeah, so let's keep that one too.
4, 1, 2, 3.
No.
Well, we got 0 for all right, go ahead.
This envelope too?
60. Get 113 total postage.
Okay, here is Boone 2. Somebody found this in their pocket. They felt they lost it, so here's another one.
Well, the most pleasant.
Do you want to fill these out?
I helped change the inheritance.
This is all Trump.
The last time I saw
Oh, we have these?
And I had to change that one because she found it.
4.
So don't feel bad. So long. And I was like, well, I know for a fact that last time I didn't want that I could.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then the next day, the guy came out. We talked for about 3 hours. He's on my side. His dad used to be a beat.
So I need to take this.
And there's nothing wrong
I need
with
to
it.
get this caucus signatures.
I know, but like I had a couple neighbors that are just
This comes from the state, and they want.
right. And then I had a neighbor who just sprayed in my
Nice to have.
and I'm a
Somebody goes to Spain.
I have
Back in here.
It's just,
Ron DeSantis, 16.
but I would never support them.
Nikki Haley, 6. Vivek, 4. Donald Trump, 44.
Right. And then I would
I'm gonna stack it this way against there, separate. Yep, I did the same thing, you would have done the same thing. Thank you.
and it just doesn't, it should not be
I did that.
You want to know our vote?
It is, but not for me.
How much money you got?
Not for me. And so, I have standards, I have standards for how regardless of how you think.
It was 82.
And so
I said 81, so that's what I said. In my head, I was off one. So we have to sign that?
They do. The chair of the caucus, Deanna, and the secretary.
Give that back to him. I can give this guy his pen back. I don't know if he needs it. Don't want to rob him of his pen.
Yeah, if it's just laziness,
Yeah.
if it's a disability or lack of funds to be able to pay somebody, I mean, there's certain circumstances. Yeah, things
Want
happen.
your pen back there?
Yes. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
It's not absolutely necessary to keep sure something. I was thinking about if we had paper clips
Thank you.
Well, that would help on a night like this.
Give us a speech. Hey, we're done. Who do we report to?
So boom, 3, 1, 23. Nikki Haley, 15. Vivek, 4. And Trump, 39.
39.
Total 82.
So there's, how come there's only?
We give this to you?
Yes, so give them to Jim.
Thanks.
Why are there only 3 here?
Let's make sure you can read the numbers here.
So we got 4, 24, 35, 8, 29.
That's correct.
Okay.
Okay, we're good.
I don't know, all the bags should come up here.
Rural.
Over you, we turn it the other way.
David.
Okay.
Are we
I
good?
just didn't recognize it. What
Yeah.
is- Have they put your totals on you? Yeah.
All right. So
Oh, yeah, a lot in the group. So this one's done.
2 is not done.
Here's nothing.
And RP, I'm still waiting for RP6 also.
That is too, so.
Yep.
Put it in.
So this is RP1. So Hinckley had 4. DeSantis had 24.
Where's the bag for Boone 1?
David, were you doing Food 1? You brought me the numbers.
Yeah,
Where's the bag?
I didn't have a bag.
Oh, did it stay on the precinct table?
You don't have the orange thing either? Walk, like,
Yeah.
Go get it.
Haley, 35. Vivek, 8. Trump, 29. Would you want to add those up while I put these on here? 4, 24. RP1, yeah. They didn't total them. 35. 20. 8. Donald Trump, 29.
100.
Wow. Okay.
2.
Okay, Boone 2.
Yep,
Is that
4.
not 4?
She had one extra one after we got him.
Okay, 4. DeSantis, 30. Nikki Haley, 15. Asa, 1. Vivek, 4. Trump, 60. Total, 114. And then grade 4.
Sandus 30. Haley 15. Asa 1. Vivek.
Oh, you did a good deal. You know, the only thing that we said, if you had the map, a little map,
60.
papers for everybody to say, because sometimes people would say that do it belong here.
Okay.
Oh, you know, that would be a good idea.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the only thing I would ever say change.
RP6.
You guys are just such.
Binkley
so
2.
thorough.
DeSantis, is that a 34 or a 24?
Barb?
Laura?
Laura.
Is this a 34 or 24? Just want to make sure.
34,
34.
sorry.
Okay. No, that's okay. 22. 7. 27.
I'm surprised.
Total? They didn't total that.
You want me to total?
Yeah.
Still counting, that's fine.
I'm sorry.
Nope, no problem.
Okay, which one?
RP6.
$92.
92.
Okay, now, I didn't put a total out here, but could we total these up?
Yep, can do. 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 13. Boy, I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna use a counting tool. 16 plus 30
Well, I'll just call Jamie.
plus 25 plus 8 plus 9 plus 24 plus 34.
Does anybody have an extra pen?
Oh, what?
15.
I have one in my pocket.
That's all right.
Plus 22.
Might want to leave your badge, Marlon. Your badge up in front.
Up front where?
No, there's 5 up in front.
Okay.
All right. Take this out to Gary, and I will take these to the guy.
Numbers?
Oh, final.
Can you read them off?
Oh.
One second. Let me make sure I counted this one right. 1 plus 4 plus 1 plus 1 plus 2 plus 4 plus 4 plus 2. 15.
Oh,
Yep.
it's 15?
Yep, 15. I miscounted those.
Okay. Okay.
My
You
poor
can read the
math.
numbers for him.
Okay, so totals are Ryan Binkley, 15. Chris Christie had 0. Ron DeSantis had 144. Nikki Haley had 110. Asa Hutchinson had 1. Vivek Ramaswamy had 35. Donald Trump had 259.
All right. I'm going to take these around to the table because they all have to sign them.
Yep.
I haven't done that. And you want to take one to Gary?
I'll take
And
this one,
then-
Gary.
Yeah, and I'll keep it.
You hang on to that one? All right, I'll take this out to Gary.
Okay.
Do you need help?
Yeah, you know what? All of these need to be signed by the secretary and treasurer.
Okay.
And put their cell phone on.
Sure, for each precinct.
Each precinct, so.
You want to give me some and then?
Okay, so boom, 2 and 1. Yeah, you just have to go with one.
Yep.
I've got ours signed, so
Oh, you did?
I can
Oh,
go for 2 or
thank
3
you.
of
Then
these.
I'll just keep it here. Okay.
Okay.
Want to take this one? Yeah. All right. That's it. Thank you.
Eileen, you already called in the results?
No, no, but we should write We shouldn't have left. He'll come back. Stay here.
The Iowa Small Business Foundation that the state has set up to pay out like some grants and things for small business. But the problem is you have to be in business for 3 years and you have to show so many surpluses like
If I can have your attention, please. I've been doing the tallies for this location. And I'll start, we'll just do it in alphabetical order. Ryan Binkley, 15. Ron DeSantis, 144. Nikki Haley, 110. Asa Hutchinson, 1. Vivek Ramaswamy, 35. Donald Trump, 259. Okay? Thanks to each and every one of you for participating in this first in the nation Iowa Caucus. We truly appreciate it, and we consider this a raving success only because of you people. Thank you.
Oh, 7 4 0 5 6.
Doesn't surprise me.
Please hold while we connect your call to extension 1.
He said it might be a wait.
So this is Reagan at RPI.
Oh, we have some results from Boone County precincts for you.
Yeah, what's your name?
Eileen Westrom.
Can you spell that last name for me?
Westrum.
Okay, and a cell phone number for you?
515-230-1846.
Okay, and just to verify that phone number, I have 515-230-1846.
Yes.
Okay, and do you have multiple precincts, ma'am?
Yes.
Okay, so I will take that first one.
Okay, Boone 1.
You can tell me Boone 1. Yeah, let me verify these Boone precincts. We just have to do that for part of our process.
Where's? Oh.
All right. For Boone 1, how many votes did you have for Ryan Binkley?
1.
1 for Binkley. Chris Christie?
0.
0 for Christie. Ron DeSantis?
16.
16 for DeSantis. Nikki Haley?
6.
6 for Nikki Haley. Asa Hutchinson?
0.
0 for Hutchinson. Vivek Ramaswamy?
4.
4 for Ramaswamy. Donald Trump?
44.
44 for Donald Trump. Any write-ins or others for Boone 1?
No.
All right. Moving on to the next precinct, Boone County. What is the precinct?
Boone 2.
Boone 2. How many votes for Ryan Binkley?
4.
4 for Binkley. How many for Chris Christie?
30.
Nope.
Oh, 0. I'm sorry. I'm jumping ahead of myself.
Oh, no, you're fine. I was a little shocked. I was going to verify anyway. How many for Ron DeSantis?
30.
30 for DeSantis. Nikki Haley?
15.
15 for Nikki Haley. Asa Hutchinson?
1.
1 for Hutchinson. Vivek Ramaswamy?
4.
4 for Vivek. How many for Donald Trump?
60.
60 for Donald Trump.
Yes.
How many for other?
None.
Any others?
Nope.
None, okay. I'm going to transfer that information for your contact to the second sheet. That way the folks entering the data in can call you back if there are any issues.
Okay.
But that's all I need for Boone 2. Thinking Boone 3 might be next.
Yes.
Okay. What are the results for Ryan Binkley on that one?
1,
1 for Binkley. How many for Chris Christie?
0,
0 for Christie. Ron DeSantis?
23,
23 for DeSantis. How many for Nikki Haley?
15,
15 for Haley. How many for Asa Hutchinson?
0,
0 for Hutchinson. Vivek Ramaswamy?
4,
4 for Vivek. How many for Trump?
39,
39 for Trump. Any others on that one?
no.
Okay. Gonna copy down the information on this one real quick. Alright, moving on. Do you have Boone 4?
Yes, I do.
Alright. How many for Ryan Binkley?
1,
1 for Binkley. How many for Chris Christie?
0,
0 for Christie. Ron DeSantis?
8,
8 for DeSantis. How many for Nikki Haley?
11,
11 for Haley. How many for Hutchinson?
0,
0 for Hutchinson. How many for Ramaswamy?
5,
5 for Ramaswamy. How many for Trump?
24,
24 for Trump. And how many for write-in?
none, 0.
Okay, 0. Copying down that information. Do you have the 5th and final precinct?
I have the 5th precinct, but I have 2 more after this. Boone 5.
Oh, okay, my bad.
That's
okay,
right.
I will take Boone 5 next. You got that whole county then. That is impressive.
I have people calling me from all over the country on
Yeah,
this
I
phone.
noticed that.
That's weird.
How many for Boone 5 for Ryan Binkley?
2,
2 for Binkley. How many for Chris Christie?
0,
0 for Christie. How many for DeSantis?
9,
9 for DeSantis. How many for Nikki Haley?
6,
6 for Nikki Haley. How many for Hutchinson?
0,
0 for Asa Hutchinson. How many for Vivek?
3,
3 for Vivek. How many for Trump?
36,
36 for Donald Trump. Getting that information copied.
Thank you.
Yeah, do you have,
I have I have rural precinct 1.
okay, cool. I see that. Getting that information down. Okay, how many for rural precinct 1 did Ryan Binkley get?
4,
4 for Binkley. How many for Christie?
0,
0 for Christie. How many for DeSantis?
24,
24 for DeSantis. How many for Haley?
35,
35 for Haley. How many for Asa Hutchinson?
0,
How many for Vivek Ramaswamy?
8,
8 for Vivek. How many for Trump?
29.
29. Okay. Do you have rural precinct 2?
No, I have rural precinct 6.
Oh, okay. Skipping ahead. Keeping me on my toes. Okay. And is this your last one, Eileen?
Yes. Yes, it is.
Okay. I will go ahead and take the results for Binkley.
2,
2 for Binkley. How many for Christie?
0,
0 for Christie. How many for DeSantis?
34.
44 for DeSantis.
No, no.
How many for Haley?
No, for Ron DeSantis, it's 3-4, 34.
Oh, 34. Okay,
Yes.
thank you for catching that. How many for Nikki Haley?
22,
22 for Haley. How many for Hutchinson?
0,
0 for Asa Hutchinson. How many for Vivek Ramaswamy?
7,
7 for Ramaswamy. How many for Trump?
27.
27 for Trump. Any write-in on that one?
No.
Okay. And sorry, I guess I forgot to ask this for the Boone Rural Precinct 1. No write-ins on that one either?
No.
Okay. Perfect. I think, unless you have more precincts for me, I think that I have everything I need.
Okay, thanks so much.
Yeah, thank you. Have a good night.
Thank you.
That's that.
That's that.
All right.
Yay! That was easier than writing an app. That was easy.
Yeah, she was good.
She was good. She was good.
All right.
I am getting calls from all over the
I
United
noticed
States.
that all of a sudden. They probably saw you on TV.
On
and
TV,
so now you're
yeah.
getting calls for interviews.
Oh. You gotta be kidding. Well, that's a no. Oh. Oh my goodness. So,
Who do we give this to?
me. Thank you.
And this is all the paperwork and stuff. I left my table clean, so
it's going to be fun.
You're right down to lanyards and pencils and the paperwork.
So you're all done out there?
Well, I think so.
Okay, so what we need, we'll sort it all out. Leave it in here.
Let me know what I did wrong.
I'm sure you didn't do anything
It's a
wrong.
well-oiled machine. So these are all signed, so it should be good.
Okay, so let me, did you remember to sign all of these things in here?
We certainly made a point of signing.
Everything in there?
I was signing them, and the secretary, he was signing them, we were swapping
All right.
back, and we did not double them on top of one another.
Oh, thank you,
Give you
thank
a-
you.
Ran into that in the Army. Boy, you screw up their triplet, they're gonna come after you.
Well, we would too.
Oh, yeah. I'd rather walk over a minefield than fight that stuff.
Okay, this can just all stay here, I guess?
Yeah. Results are in, so.
Are you Jim?
I'm Jim.
Mike.
Nice to
What's
meet you,
your
Mike.
last name?
Powell. P-O-W-E-L-L.
Jim Powell.
Mike Garvey.
Garvey. Many years ago, there might have been a Mick Garvey somewhere.
I'm gonna go out and see what's going on.
There was a discussion about who owned the horse.
You know if you know. Okay, yes. Okay, yeah. That's so good. Pardon me.
So my buddy Joel, he said they called it at 1% in.
What's the name of your
He had 70% of it.
Good to see you too. Thank you, sir.
But I don't understand how Boone is going about it.
Oh, okay. She'd be great. She's a beautiful smile.
She's kind of taking 451. 751. Okay, now you got to sign this one. The person who is the line icing on the legacies. Center.
Ben talking to college kids in a second.
Yeah.
But his interviews are
There you go. Good to see you. Yeah, just like more. Good to see you. Yes, sir.
I was supposed to tell you getting a push card. Look, what did you write on this one? Let's see. We, the undersigned chair and secretary of the Boone 2nd Precinct Republican Caucus, do hereby certify that said caucus meeting at DMAC Gym. Okay, no, that's good. Wow.
All right, is that fine?
Yep.
Okay, check the top of that one. Okay, I got
Second precinct.
Goers after they were able to vote in this primary contest.
Post-caucus, as we're walking out, chatting with a few of the folks who are in the room tonight. Tell me your name.
Nyla Carswell.
What did you think about how that went tonight?
It went well. It was fun to listen to all the different speakers. I was surprised that Vivek's guy wasn't here. We thought he was going to come too, so it would have been interesting listening to him. But
Was he your candidate?
nope, he wasn't.
Who's your candidate tonight? Who'd you vote for?
DeSantis.
And why?
Well, I just think he's a good, humble servant, and I feel like he gives me the same types of values that we had with Donald Trump, but on a little bit more even keel.
How do you think he's going to do tonight?
Well, I hope he wins, but, you know,